Good evening. Namaste, beautiful souls. Welcome. Tonight, we are here to look at the Transient Light Tarot. And this is a deck that I have not started working with yet, but it is one that caught my eye on the shelf. And as I was looking at the illustrations on the box cover, went to the World Wide Web, right? Went to the internet to look at the deck, and I realized that it was one of the cards that I had selected for my Alliman deck was part of this deck. And it's funny how it all sort of came together. So this is a new deck to me in my collection, and there's a multitude of reasons why I have found this really intriguing. The creator of the deck is Ari Wisner, and I will talk a little bit about Ari in a moment and Ari's other work. But I want to say welcome, and I hope you can join in the conversation. And if you have been working with this deck, please let me know. I'm really intrigued with it on a few different levels. The colors, the simplicity, the intention of it especially is very attractive to me. So let's begin. So for those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Sadhana. I'm an intuitive reader and healer. And this particular time slot, 5 p.m. Pacific, Vancouver time, I am trying to be here most Wednesdays doing deck reviews and initial impressions. So if you like to watch deck walkthroughs and that sort of thing, this is a great time to pop by my channel. And I have lots of other stuff that's going on. And so if you subscribe to the channel and like this video, you'll get more notifications and you can see what I'm up to. So welcome. Hello there, Tarot Twin Tammy. Ari Wisner also is the creator of another tarot deck that I didn't know about. And when I started looking into this particular one, hopefully I can paste it right here. This other tarot deck, which is a cute little square pip style deck, is called the Trinity Tarot. And it's actually a really good price. It's $20.54 Canadian dollars right now. And, I don't have the Kawaii Tarot. There's a few of them, and I don't know the size of these cards. Maybe I can tell you. So this is not the deck that I'm showing you tonight. This is another deck by Ari. The dimensions should be here. It says the third indie edition is available. And it doesn't have the size of the cards. That's most unusual. It says what the GSM is. So if anybody has this particular deck, the Trinity Tarot, please let me know what the size of the cards is. I'm really interested in it. And especially if it's a smallish square deck, that would be really fun to have. So what caught my attention with this deck was the paper, actually. One of Ari's, you'll notice on this particular link as well too, it says plastic free. And so this is it's a lovely uncoated box. The publisher is Hay House, surprisingly. And so I'm not really sure the journey of the Transient Light Tarot, if this is the same as the Kickstarter that was published earlier this year. I don't know the journey of this deck. It just came to me through the shelf at the metaphysical shop where I read once a week. And so I was really intrigued by that. I love the information on the back of the box, love the whole idea of acknowledging transience as a theme. And so, yes, I picked this up and started looking through it and then had the aha moment. Oh, wow, this was the 10 of Wands card that I absolutely loved, that I chose for my 10 of Wands in the Alliman Tarot. So there's a reason it's here. And eventually I will start working with it. But tonight, let's go through a walkthrough and I will share with you a little bit about the intentions of the creator, as well as the poetry that goes in the book. So there's poetry for every card. And the initial invitation is, may you explore your authentic self. May you believe in your own power. May you be kind to yourself and others. Breathe in with courage. Hold with love and generosity. And breathe out with gratitude. And on the facing page for every card, for the minors too, not for the minors, for the majors, there is a poem by, and their name is also on the title of this video, Fausta Joly. Fausta Joly is a poet, uniter, performer, and mystic who uses the power of tarot to help navigate the unconscious and conscious paths. So the poetry is a lovely addition. I love it when there's poetry included for cards, as you know. Some of the symbols, I have gone through the deck once, and some of the symbols I have not quite figured out what their relevance is, because they're not necessarily symbols that you would see in a familiar deck. Okay, so let's the way that the Fool is free falling here has a sense of trust, which is really beautiful. I love that wavy line that is there. And so we have this connection between day and night, an awareness of day and night, almost falling into the abyss, but falling into the waters, falling into there's something kind of special about this card. And are we falling from day into night, or is this image connecting and acknowledging the fact that day is night and night is day, and one can't exist without the other sort of concept. I also love the way this card is different with the fancy font. I do like this Magician card. I have seen something like this on another deck, but the individual items that represent the suits hanging as pendulums. And you know what? I think that's also a reminder that we can use anything as a magical item. We can use anything as a pendulum. Yeah. And then do you see in the background, we also have that carry over from the previous card of the night and the day at the bottom. There are some constellations in this deck, and I'm not sure, I don't know enough about constellations to comment on them, and I am wondering is this a design constellation that looks like the shape of a cup representing the energy of the divine feminine, or is this actually a constellation? Because there are other constellations in the tarot deck as well. Hi, Patricia. Really unusual here. So we have 12 stars instead of 7. So usually the Empress has 7 stars on her or is it 12? No, it's right. It is 12. Sorry, I'm just a little confused. So yes, 12 stars on the crown for each of the, of course, astrological signs of the zodiac. The pearl here has me a little, it's intriguing. There is a sense of going through the ringer, if you will, right? It's a bit of a journey to create a pearl. And it's actually kind of amazing that we see the pearl in the Empress card. Looks like an oyster shell. I don't know. And also the pearl, the clam, the oyster shell sits atop a mound, which is takes the place of the throne. Yeah. Hi, Helen. So we have a pearl, and then we have a gemstone of another sort. And I will just check for you to see if there is an intention for. So what do you think of that? So so we have the revealer, high priestess, nurturer, empress, and defender is the emperor. And I'm just checking to see if this is intended to be a particular kind of gem. No. It is. It's a diamond. It's a diamond. Like a diamond, the defender is strong and reliable, with raw passion that once cut to form is clear and effective. Ooh, that's good. I'll read that again. Once cut to form, it is clear and effective. This card prompts us to be strong and defend what matters to us. The proclaimer. The lovers. Now, this one I haven't figured out, and I haven't read the book, so this really is initial impression. So activation, willpower, creation, and focus. The chariot speaks their vision into action, stating their will and manifesting it. You have nurtured an idea within, and it's time to use your willpower to breathe life into it. Take a deep breath and speak. With action comes responsibility. So, although speed is sometimes required, use wisdom and foresight to nurture your will into a reality. Now, I like that the word nurture is added there. This is a Cancerian energy as well, too. Yeah, I know what you mean with this. I know what you mean with that. Yeah. But the diamond works. Okay. This one I'm not so sure about. And I'm going to have to look at look at it in detail. So here we see the same shaped gem with what looks like a number 8. I'm sure it's supposed to be an infinity sign at the third eye. I really like this lion, the way that it's drawn. It is so peaceful. So peaceful. Shall I read the poem for this one? To see if you get a flavor for the poetry. It takes courage to tickle the whiskers of the beast. Composing the narrative you tell yourself and others with gentleness and kindness should be your only plan of attack at present. Patience and composure are underrated. And let's face it, you never did meet a lion that roars all the damn time. And so in the guidebook, there is on the left the poem, and then we have the oracular message by Ari on the right. The Hermit. A moth drawn to the flame. The Hermit keywords are retreat, recuperation, and inner self. I'm not so sure about the dice in the wheel card. There's been a lot of interesting synchronicities, symbols, messages that I've been getting about the wheel and the word fortune lately. And my perspective of this card is shifting from simply a card of being with the cycles of life to something else. And as that evolves, I'll share it with you, but I'm not sure. I'm just not sure about the dice. Love the yarn. The yarn definitely works. Justice. And so I'm assuming this is the Libra constellation on this card. I just want to just check if there's anything about the card backs. If there is, it's not highlighted as a separate section. I find the card backs intriguing. The hourglass kind of energy, slipping through time. So for that, we have an anchor in the palm of the hand. An anchor in the palm of the hand. Whoa. Okay. Surrender, sacrifice, humility, and patience. The act of surrender is a powerful recognition of the context and larger universe beyond yourself. What is more beautiful than the selfless act of letting go of control for the greater good? The reward will be deeper and more eternal. While steering your life, it's helpful to stay grounded and patient with the losses you sometimes need to face for greater rewards. There's a little bit more. All right, an anchor in the palm of your hand. Love the energy lines around the hand. This is a very familiar looking card for death. We have the pillars a little closer up. Temperance. So we have the upward facing and downward facing triangles instead of the fire and water. We do have the cups. And if you've been following me in my Thoth series, it's a very complex and intriguing card. Sagittarius season. 15, the devil. I kind of like this. So the scissors here are cutting the cord. There is the inverted star inside the heart. We see the snake encircling the whole graphic. And that's not very common that we see in a devil card. You see the chains. Sometimes the chains are broken. I was really intrigued. I did a reading today with this one, Emerging from Darkness. And I was really intrigued with where did the deck go? It should be right here. I had it on my table. With the devil card in that deck. Oh, it's right here. Look at this one. Ropes, fists. Sorry, yeah, a fist. So the rough rope binding the wrist. I really do. I'm really intrigued with the devil card, the whole concept of the devil. I feel like I should do another video. I did one a couple of, I want to say, almost 2 years ago. And I think it's time for another one. I think this is it's a card worth studying over and over. The tower is a very familiar looking image. It almost looks as if this is a tower in the clouds, which is an interesting perspective. The star. One star for each point of the star. And shall we look at moon and sun together? Is that the same eye that we see in the Fool? Is there an evolution of the eye? Ooh, look at this. This is it's a slightly different flower, but I'm sure you could make some sort of a story connecting these cards together. Okay. Moon, sun. You know me. I like the web. I like the web that we weave through the symbols. Now that is an interesting moon phase to have. Is that a gibbous moon, or is that a disseminating moon? I guess it depends what side of the equator you are on. Ari is in the UK, so the northern hemisphere. And then we have the eye again. So the Fool now is in the eye. All right. Now the minors are hippish, and I'm gonna do what I usually do and go through them together, because I think that's a great way to look at. Back out a little bit. I quite enjoy looking at the 4 aces together. I know it's a lot of turning of cards, but message in a bottle. Message in a bottle for the Ace of Cups. There's something about the artwork for the twigs that I really like for the wands. Much more than, I'm going to do a little spread at the end too. We'll go through these quite quickly because in this deck we have past, present, future cards to use. Okay, and there is the, I thought it'd just be fun. We'll just do a quick 3 card. Message in a bottle for the Ace of Vessels. I'll get the bottle. We're in the ocean. We're in the water. But it's the message bit that has me a little bit thrown. Ooh, okay, Tamian, I missed the timing of your comment. What looks like an egg? What looks like an egg? Oh, you mean the, oh, it's an egg. Ah, it's not a moon. It's an egg on the judgment card. Okay, that's what it is. It's an egg. Yeah. Okay. Silly me. Okay, so why? Why would one put a message in a bottle? I've never done this. What's the intention? If you were to put a message in a bottle, what would be your intention? Would you be connecting with an ancestor? Would you hope that somewhere in the future, in another land, someone would find it? What is the intention of the message in the bottle? It is an intriguing interpretation of the Ace of Cups. So let's go there. The realm of vessels, heart, emotions, relationships, community, family, and communication. Okay. Release of emotions, says Tamian. This says a love letter from the universe is drifting on the tide. Sweet words remind you that you are still invited to reconnect with the world around you. So this is for you. This is a gift for you. You are finding a message in the bottle. You are made, sorry, I'll go back. Sweet words remind you that you are still invited to reconnect with the world around you, however distant you may feel. You are made up, you are made of it after all. This vessel is a bottle. Fill it up, pour it out, and be a channel of energy and love. You may feel like just a drop in the ocean. Take a deep throat chakra gulp and become part of the deep blue. So for me, thank you for your contributions to the conversation. I appreciate it. For me, there's a couple of places in the deck where the elemental energy is out of whack, and I will need to um, wrap my head around some of this. But yes, so if you think about the Waite-Smith aces, they are gifts from God, gifts from the hand of the divine. So a gift in a bottle, that makes sense. And here are your twos, familiar symbology. For each card, I believe there are 3 keywords in the book. The not so little white book. Just let me check. No, there's no keywords. There's just a description. So for the majors, there are keywords and then a description, and for the minors, a description. Okay, threes. I kind of like this, instead of the party for the 3 of vessels, we have a creative energy. Now, would I put that? Wow, I need to think about this one as well, too. Yes, I got my portal in the 3 of Wands. Love the mandala in the center. And look, there's another door. Love doors. So here's your 4s. Foundation, security, control, sacred space. All right. I love doors. I love doors and windows. Now, here where we go into, let's look at the chaos. The bridge cards. This card caught my eye. The 5 of Coins, the broken pearl necklace. What if that card came up with the Empress card in a reading? Have you ever done that? Have you ever broken a beaded necklace with beads or a mullah with beads that you absolutely love and it scatters all over the floor? You know that feeling? I really feel a sense of the, I almost feel with this card here, a Five of Cups energy, where in an experience like that, it is absolutely necessary to let go of, well, we're letting go of the material, but we're also releasing emotion as well, too. This is for me, that's a really interesting card. Six of Wands, full moon. Interesting that two of the cards are in darkness. So the two active suits are in darkness. Love the bridge over the pond. I agree, Tamia. Okay. So if anybody wants to start thinking of a question, I will attempt a reading when we're done here. So you can start thinking about that. So in the Seven of Swords, there is a butterfly with one sword flying away. Huh. Taking what it can and leaving the rest. We had a very interesting discussion today about that in class. This expanding the meaning of this card, not with this deck, of course. Evelyn, I'll look at your comment in just a second. Okay. While you look at the eights, I will go to Evelyn's comment. Yes, and then you try gathering them up before you lose them all, holding onto some of the pearls that may be still on the string. It's a powerful metaphor. I think that card is going to have some something to say. All right, so 9. As you know, I have been putting a lot of energy into refreshing, reviewing, restudying the Thoth Tarot, looking at Malmoline's deck, trying to get back to the astrological associations that are connected with the Sephra and each of the Sephra, and so this is adding more inquiry to me. You know, looking at, so for example, the 9s are very low on the tree. They are connected to the moon, and we had a full moon in one of the 6 cards instead of a sun. The 6s are connected to the sun. So I have this refreshed awareness and wondering, I know this is not a Thoth inspired deck, but sometimes these connections just naturally fall into the cards, and I love it. Okay, and 10. The basket is full. The basket is full. Whoa, look at all those presents. Look at all those gifts. We have a rainbow. I like the 10 of Swords. I like the shape that they chose for the 10 of Swords. That's kind of beautiful. It's almost as if it is a flock of birds. Now, the names haven't changed for the court cards. This is a genderless deck, intentionally genderless deck. The background story on Ari is really compelling. This is your first court, the apprentice. And I'm just going to share with you a little bit. From my youth, I struggled to trust both humanity and my own self. My religious beliefs discouraged authenticity and encouraged a fixation on pinning down a singular truth, with the goal of denying the power of death. I believed my own heart and mind were evil, and that everything rested on a perfect future eternity. In this quest to be good, I was blinded to the nuances of life and the beauty in the many colors that stretched beyond black and white. As a result, I lived by fear and deception into my late 20s, denying my queerness and power and closing my mind to new perspectives. In the process, I caused much confusion, pain, and destruction to myself and others. I was so focused on the divinity in the clouds, I missed the sublime divinity within my authentic self and fellow human beings. As my faith haphazardly unraveled, I faced loss of direction and hope, and the love shown to me by others finally turned my focus inwards and to humanity and nature for divinity. It turns out that letting go and getting to know my light, dark, and transience was very empowering. And so, as a queer artist, I was craving a deck that didn't conform to the binary gender stereotypes that are traditionally found in the tarot. That does feel like an ace of coins. And so shall we look at the aces? Sometimes I sense that what we're seeing is how sometimes it feels like the page is holding the gift of the aces. Okay. So we have apprentice and champion. This feels like the pentacles to me, like a backpack, walking, slow movement. So again, I will need to sit with these. And then we have keeper. And you see the cup has been changed to vessels, and all the other, and the pentacles are coins. Keeper and crown. Keeper and crown. Interesting. Okay, so those are the four. These are the fourth court card. And that looks a lot like an ace of swords. Okay. All right, so let's put down they're kind of fun. And let's look at them as well too. To see, do they fit together? They do, they fit together. Let's put them right together. I love that. Those are great cards. All right, I am going to shuffle, and I can tell by the texture of these cards, they are going to shuffle beautifully. Beautifully. And I didn't see if anybody put a Oh, they're a bit thick. They're a bit thick. I'm not even shuffling the whole deck yet. Okay. They're going to need to be broken in. Uh-oh, did I muck it up? I did, I mucked it up. That's okay. This is great, Evelyn. I did an exercise in class today, and I'm not going to use these 3 cards. I'm going to do something to work with your question to help us deepen our understanding of the five of coins card. Okay. This method, I think I picked this up from the Lenormand practice. I've been used this for years. Sorry, just bear with me while I give it a bit more of a shuffle. So what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle, 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 cut, turn over the deck, and we're going to leaf through the deck until we find the 5 of discs. And then look at the cards on either side of the 5 of discs with the intention that it will give us more information about the 5 of discs. Okay, so we're going to put these out of the way. So on this 30th day of November, last day of November today, oh my goodness. As I awaken the Transient Light Tarot by Ari Wisner, help us to understand the implications, the way to work with the 5 of discs card, the illustration with the broken pearl necklace. Okay, thank you. So I'm going to cut like I always do, cut with my left, cut to the left. And then I am going to leaf through the cards. I'm just going to put those down because it's quite a thick pile. And I did, so they're half up and half down. I will turn them over. But we can also look at reversals too, I suppose. Okay, so it's not next to the Empress. That would be fun if it was next to the Empress. Okay, broken pearl necklace, where are you? You are not there. Whoa, you're making me work for this broken pearl necklace. There it is. Okay, it's right there. All right, so it's next to the High Priestess. Sorry, that was loud. And the 2 of coins. Okay, so let's turn these over. So we have 2 of coins, 5 of coins, and High Priestess reversed. If you want to read it reversed. Okay, so let me do this. Can you explain the pearls on the 5 of discs? I am intrigued with this almost, I feel like this is strangling the infinity sign. This string here. I know it's not tight, but why is there a string around? What is this? When I think about this particular symbol, I often don't see the top bit touching the bottom bit. I kind of feel like it rises up, and it, as we're going to another level, It doesn't touch. It's a different experience as we go around the next time. So it's odd to me that there is a string there. One pentacle is larger than the other. If it's not balanced, it will break. Is there an intention to break? Is there an intention to pull on the string? Look at the way, these are just random thoughts. I'll try to get to an interpretation in a moment. All right, so what we have here is the, in the Waite-Smith deck, on the curtain that is behind the High Priestess, we have the pomegranates in the shape of the Tree of Life. And so that's what's going on here. This is not a constellation. This is the Tree of Life. We have the moon. But the Sephira on the Tree of Life are the same shape as the pearls. This card, it almost looks as if there is an attempt, like there's a wanting to break. There's a wanting to break cut the flow. Yeah, to cut off circulation. Why? Why do you want to cut off circulation? I'm going to read, see if we can get some more intel on this. Amanda. Hi, Amanda. Pearls before swine comes to mind. Oversharing giving can break you. Warning not to reveal everything. Ooh, that's good. You are a clever soul. You are a very clever soul. All right, now Two of Coins. While juggling your commitments, it's vital to find a healthy flow to make it sustainable. Find efficiencies and take care of yourself and others to keep things moving like clockwork. The importance of being aligned with your heart and spirit is often overlooked. You may be balancing your commitments smoothly, but without passion, you won't feel the rewards. Find ways to tie your passion into what you do, or even consider shifting your energies to something more fulfilling. There's also something else here. So we have twos on either side of 5. And that in itself, to me, brings in, so this is a 2, this is a 2. These are both receptive suits, coins and cups. And this is taking me to a place of relationship, connection with others. And I'm not sure that I can find words around this as elegantly as Amanda so put together. And I'm really intrigued the way that those 2 vessels are sitting there. It's like the boy and the girl, the broken pearls. And I'm also kind of getting a don't cry over spilt milk kind of energy. I'm still feeling a 5 of cups. That was my initial impression as well too. And the purpose of this 3-card draw was to get more information about this card, to help deepen our understanding of this card. So here's another thing. I often think of or describe the fives as the bridge, the place between the ace to four and the six to the 10. And what I'm kind of seeing here is, if this is the bridge itself, the bridge is broken. We can't cross. We're going to have to redirect and go a different way. We can't see things. We won't be able to see the path clearly. We're going to need to be able to trust and walk through this experience with our eyes closed. We're going to have to use our inner vision to navigate this path. And as we use our inner vision to navigate this path, what is really important when we're walking blindly, when we're walking in the dark, is, of course, sure-footedness and balance. You know what? I am going to use this technique more and more. I really like this. Is there anything else you need to know about this lovely deck? What else do you need to know? If there's anything, just let me know. This was the self-published edition of Transient Light was made possible. So if you go to ariwisner.com, you can find out more information about this deck, Ari's work, and Ari's art. There is an Instagram page, a Facebook page, and if you've never heard of this creator before, there's lots of great stuff there. And so remember that this card was reversed when I drew the cards. So that fits perfectly well. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. Thanks for this. Thanks for being here for this initial walkthrough of the deck. And I wasn't going to start working with it quite yet, but I'm intrigued. So perhaps this is something that I will do sooner than later. And I want to I appreciate all of your input into the conversation tonight. So yeah, so thank you. I'm going to sign off and pop over to Facebook, so I might see some of you there. Take good care. Namaste, everyone.